Welcome to the station of decapitation without your head. I'm Nasty Neal, and I'm joined by Libbie Higgins, Sybil of Baby Oopsie Murderdolls, which is on fullmoonfeatures.com. And the final episode comes up next week, which is very exciting.
Can't wait.
Yes. Now, the final episode of season 1. Maybe there'll be more seasons. I don't know. We'll find out, I guess.
And I cannot provide any spoilers because I honestly don't know.
All right. Fair enough. So how did you get involved in Baby Oopsie, which was originally a feature?
Well, Billy Butler found me on Facebook and was a fan of some stuff I was doing and said, "Hey, do you want to do this?" And I said, yes. And here we are.
Yeah. So, your character then, Sybil, is she sort of like some of the characters you play on your YouTube videos?
No, I think she's very different because she's very quiet and she doesn't have a lot of dialogue. And usually my characters talk a lot.
Mm-hmm. So do you know what it was about you that William was like, hey, you're going to be right for this?
I think it was just my character work. He saw that I was versatile and could do different characters. I've never asked him. Maybe I should ask him.
Right. And what interested you besides him just saying, hey, do you want to do this?
Because it was something different for me. I'd never filmed like a movie, and I was ready for it.
Yeah. Are you into horror movies at all?
No.
Okay.
Can't watch them. Scare the mess out of me.
Have you watched any since to get ready for the Baby Oopsie?
No. The first scary movie I saw was Nightmare on Elm Street, and I saw it in a theater because that's how old I am. And the last horror movie I saw was Nope by Jordan Peele.
I just saw that as well. Yeah.
That was spooky.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I think it might have. Well, I think it was 2 different weekends, but I went to see A Nightmare on Elm Street. They did a marathon of all original 7 from midnight till noon, and then I went and saw Nope, I think, the next weekend.
So did you go watch all of them? I
did, yes. It was, a 12-hour marathon.
How many buckets of popcorn did you eat?
I actually did not have any popcorn. No, I did have one popcorn, I think. You mentioned, yeah, because they had slices of pizza, but they went quickly, and then it was a long time not to have any food. So I had popcorn for breakfast, I believe. But it worked. Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah. So you're not into horror movies, so that's interesting. The interview's over. No.
Well, the thing I'm so glad that the babies weren't animated while it's filming because they're terrifying.
They are. What do you think it is about dolls that are good for horror movies? They're creepy.
It's their eyes. When their mouth moves, it's all of it. They're not supposed to move. When I had dolls growing up, they didn't move.
Yeah. That's always a good motto, I think. Dolls are not supposed to move. And if they do, you're probably in trouble. Or there's something wrong with you, which I guess would also be in your trouble.
And even scarier than a doll is those little, what are they, marionettes?
Oh, yeah.
Or the ones that, you can move their head and stuff. No, I don't. Nope.
So that's interesting. So you didn't see it moving on set. So when's the first time you see it moving? When you first watched Baby Oopsie?
Yep. That's when I needed to see it. I saw a couple things where they were doing some puppetry, but I didn't see the eyes and the mouths move until I watched it.
Yeah.
Oh, the blinking. I can't handle the blinking.
Yeah, there is something about that. Like you said, they're not supposed to blink. They're not supposed to move. And they're blinking.
Very unnerving.
Yeah. So, did you think, you do the first movie, maybe I'll do a second one or we'll do a series? When did the series come about?
Man, I don't even remember when it came about. I thought when we did the first thing that would be it. And then when we started writing the second one, I was excited because I love doing it. I love working with Billy. I love everybody in Cleveland that was on set. So I was excited. Billy's just so creative, and he has great instincts as far as this stuff goes. I just show up and do what he tells me.
It is very fun. I'm not just saying this because you're on here to be nice, but no, they're very fun and everything looks cool. And it is a very fun cast.
It's so fun, and the crew is amazing too. And then I get to stay at the Full Moon Mansion, which is terrifying and awesome at the same time.
Do they have like all the different like the different monsters and doll? Because Full Moon has a lot of like killer doll movies. The puppet.
Yeah, they don't have other dolls on set or sitting around the house, thankfully. But there's plenty of like one day I walked in the kitchen and on the floor was a heart that was all bloody, and I'm like, why is this just sitting here in the kitchen?
Yeah, it had nothing to do with any movies. It's just it's just the way it happened. They've done like demonic toys versus puppet masters and stuff. So maybe down the road we'll see Baby Oopsie versus the puppet masters or the demonic toys.
Oh, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
Was Charles Band there when you're?
He did. He showed up for each time that we filmed. He was there. Not the whole time, but such a nice guy. Such a nice guy. And he likes me. I don't know why he likes me.
Well, you seem like a nice person. I've only known you for a few 10 minutes here, but
I guess I'm all right.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah. So, when you were filming the Murderdolls, was it known it was going to be a series, or did you film it like as a feature?
I think we initially thought it was going to be a feature again, and no, I take that back. See, everything I was there for nearly a month, but it flew by. So I believe we did know it was going to be episodic. Is that the right word? Episodic?
Yeah. It's a very good word. It's a very smart word. I wouldn't know it. Yeah.
Episodic. Yeah, I'm so in love with this project, especially since I don't love horror. It's interesting that I love it so much, but I just think it's so different and cool. And the two main characters are just regular people. And I love that. Yeah.
Did you know him before, Justin, who plays Ray Ray?
Yes, I have known Justin. She goes by Justina at this point, but we met through another online person, so we've known each other for 3 years.
Because there's a lot of chemistry with you and Justin.
Love him, and he's wild. And I get real stressed out and real nervous before a scene, and she's just like willy-nilly, whatever.
A very fun character in the Murderdolls.
Mm-hmm.
You get to see her as two different sides of Justin.
It's just hilarious.
We don't want to give away too many spoilers here. I did read actually that it was. I have it down here exactly how it is. Full Moon features highest VOD record ever.
Isn't that awesome?
Yeah. That is
speechless is what I am. Speechless. I hope that means that there'll be more and more and more stuff.
Yeah. And there's so much stuff on Full Moon, so to be the biggest one, that's got to be very exciting. I was going to ask how it feels, but obviously you're not going to be like, oh, it sucks. It obviously feels
Man, it sucks. No, it's so cool, and I think it helps that Justina and I have bigger platforms on the internet so we can get it to more people. And I feel bad because I'm constantly promoting it, but I want people to see it.
Yeah. Well, along those lines then, because people are watching this and if they don't know, you do a lot of YouTube stuff and I was watching some of them before the interview. I was not aware beforehand. I'm sorry, but they're very funny and they have millions of views, some of them, and hundreds of thousands of views. So it's very exciting. How that audience, how do they take to you doing a horror?
They like it. They pretty much accept anything that I do. Just a really supportive group of people that watch my stuff, but they love it and they love to see something different too. Because I've been doing a character called Crystal for pretty much for a year now, so they like seeing different stuff and seeing that I can do different stuff.
How did the YouTube stuff come out? Was this something you did for fun and it took off?
I started doing that because I was teaching at a school and I needed a creative outlet. And I wanted to do stand-up, but I was too scared. So that's kind of how that started. I thought I'll do stuff online that's safer. And I did that for a while before I even got on a stage. I have terrible stage fright. Even when I do Baby Oopsie, I'm just like a nervous wreck.
Yeah. So did this help at all doing the YouTube? It didn't help.
It helped a lot, but it took me years to get the confidence to.
It went from you just couldn't do it at all to now I can do it. I'm just very frightened.
Yes, I just say I'm going to be scared. I'm going to do it anyway because.
So did you start I saw on your website, it looked like you were doing stand-up. So you started to do stand-up?
Yeah, I started in 2014.
Oh,
so
wow.
it took me like 7 years to get, once I decided I want to do it, to get the courage to do it. And now every time I go on stage, full on panic attack right before, but somehow I managed to do it.
Yeah. How was the last couple of years during the pandemic? Because, you can't do stand-up, I suppose.
Yeah, it was bad there for a while. Nothing was going on. So I was doing just my regular online stuff. Never did online stand-up because that would be like me sitting here telling you jokes, but you were on mute, which is an absolute nightmare.
Uh-huh.
So didn't do that. Just tried to keep up with my online content, and my shoulder's disappearing. I had to put this blurry up because my cat tears up my blinds. So my blinds are annihilated. And I didn't want you to see that.
The cats usually make appearances on the show. My co-host Trista is usually on. She can't be on today, but her cats usually crawl over her during the show.
Was it too early for her?
Probably because she's in LA. So yeah, it'd probably be.
Oh, wow. Yes. Way too early for her.
Yeah. And I'm in my basement, so sometimes animals do make appearances, but not on camera, thankfully. But I do see every once in a while a little mouse or a chipmunk run by.
A chipmunk?
Yeah, I have chipmunks down here. They're cute. They're cuter than the mice.
Like pets or just...
No, just wild ones. And outside I have wild turkeys and raccoons, and thankfully they don't make it down here into the basement.
Do you live in the wilderness?
I live across the street from the state forest, so fairly.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So I like all that stuff, but I don't want it in the basement necessarily. It's not always the best. Yeah. I wouldn't mind so much, but
what are those little tikis from?
Oh, these are the so we got Frankenberry, Count Chocula, Blueberry. One of the lesser known ones, this one's Yummy Mum. You can't see him. And then Fruit Brute.
See, the problem is I didn't have my glasses on. I didn't recognize anything.
Yeah. I like the monster cereals. They're very cute.
Now I can recognize Frankenberry before it. See, I'm just going to wear my glasses for the rest of the time. Wow. Okay. I can actually see you.
Oh, well, that's better. Well, maybe. I don't know. I think it's probably a detriment, but... maybe it's better. I don't know. So the YouTube stuff. The Crystal. What made her was something that you like to keep doing?
People just love Crystal. She's just a sweet older woman who doesn't really know what's going on, but she's got some wisdom every once in a while. She has little nuggets of wisdom, and I made that character because I don't know if you're familiar with Trailer Trash Tammy. Pretty much everyone is at this point. But I was doing a character with Tammy named Carla, and both of them are just so strong, such strong characters. I couldn't do it with her, so I had to make a more submissive, quiet character that could balance with Tammy. So that's how Crystal came about.
What's your stand-up like? Do you do the characters? Any of the characters you do from the YouTube?
No, I just do. I'm up there as myself, and I'm talking about relatable stuff. I don't get political. I don't make fun of anyone else but myself. Well, I kind of do make fun of people that say prayers on Facebook, but that's about it.
I'll get behind that, but we probably we don't want anyone yelling at us, I guess.
I try to just keep it neutral and keep it fun because people are coming out to shows to forget and have fun, not get in a political argument.
Mm-hmm. So the beginning of the first episode, there's like an S&M scene, which is very cool. Was that just some of your wardrobe you already had, like in your closet, or something you found in the Full Moon Mansion, or?
No, that was actually something wardrobe had for me. And originally they had it where I was not gonna. Well, I was gonna wear a shirt with that like black. I don't know what it is over it, and I'm like, no, we need to have no shirt. If we're gonna do this right, let's do it. Because I also like it because I'm a bigger woman, so it's like you don't see a lot of bigger women just doing whatever on shows or movies. So I'm here for it. I'm all about representing a big woman.
I like it. Yeah, I'm a bigger guy, and I agree.
And that's what I love about Sybil in this feature is that she's just a big woman. That's nobody ever says anything about her being fat.
It's not, you're right. It's not made part of the character or the what you're watching, which
you don't ever see. If there's a fat person on TV, they're always trying to lose weight, or it's always about their weight loss journey. Well, this has nothing to do with her weight, and it's refreshing. And I love that Billy did that. That's my favorite part of this whole thing is that it's just a regular fat lady just doing crazy shit.
I mean, that's realistic too. When you're around people, people don't constantly. Well, some people do, I guess, but most people don't constantly talk about whatever they are. They just
right. They do online, but that's online. People do whatever they want online.
Yeah. Take pictures of your lunch, and I'm guilty of this too, but only if it's something cool. Don't take a picture if you just made like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It's not really that exciting.
That does sound good right about now, though.
Yeah. What's your favorite type of jelly? Ask the hard question.
Strawberry preserves.
All right, fair enough.
Don't try to hit me up with no grape jelly. I will not eat it.
Very anti-grape jelly.
It's too basic. I need some little seeds and some little fruit nuggets in there.
All right, fair enough. I saw Alyssa Dowling was in the first episode. I used to know her very well when I did a lot of conventions. She was a regular on the convention scene.
She is awesome. What a cool gal.
Yeah, she's very funny.
And she's so talented.
Yeah.
And tiny. She's just a tiny lady.
Yes, she is very tiny. Is there any Baby Oopsie merchandise? There should be like Baby Oopsie toys and some shirts.
There are the Baby Oopsie bobbleheads are starting to roll out.
Nice.
So Charles sent me.
Full Boon does very well as a lot of merchandise for their movies.
It's so cool I have my own bobblehead. It's amazing. So the Sybil, the Ray Ray, and the Baby Oopsie bobbleheads are coming out. I'm not sure when, but who has their own bobblehead? I can't believe I'm just a regular lady with a bobblehead.
Yeah, that's awesome. Do you have a place for it? Like on the mantelpiece? Or?
Well, I'm moving to Nashville on, is it tomorrow? Is today Wednesday? I'm moving to Nashville tomorrow. So I have it in a box that's see-through so I can see it. So as soon as I get there, I can place it somewhere nice.
Yeah, that's very cool. So you have like the first one, you have like the prototype.
I think so.
That's very exciting. Yeah. Are you going to collect all three?
Oh, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
I'll put a little paper bag over the Baby Oopsie head so I don't have to look at her scary face constantly.
Hopefully the eyes don't blink.
Oh, God.
Yeah. They do get out of there. I don't know. What's going on in Nashville? Why are you moving to Nashville?
Well, I had intended pre-pandemic to move to LA at some point for stand-up. I want to do more acting. And at this point, that's not realistic because LA is extremely expensive, as we all know. So Nashville is more center. There's a lot of comics that live there. I have heard it's the little LA. So it's closer to St. Louis, not far from my sister, but still more entertainment-driven town than St. Louis. St. Louis is not.
Yeah. So were you doing acting before the YouTube stuff, or did that lead to you doing acting?
I was not. It was another situation where I was too scared. I always wanted to do acting in high school, was too scared, so I ended up doing stuff like makeup and props, which was fun, but it was not really what I wanted to do. So I'm just trying to make up for a lot of lost time that I was anxious.
Yeah. Well, that's very cool. How do you pursue that? You just like, well, I'm just gonna start putting this stuff on YouTube and see how it works.
Yep. You just slap it up there.
Yeah. Well,
and I try not to overthink it, because if I think something that I've made and I'll think, well, what if people don't like it? It doesn't matter. Just put it up there.
Well, I like this. Some of it is because I think a lot of people think today you have to make everything super short. Like it's got to be like under 60 seconds for TikTok and all these things. But I personally like things that are longer. I don't like to watch something that's like, unless it's, whatever. But for the most part, I like longer things. I like long form interviews. So did that ever come up though? Like, oh, you should make these shorter?
Yeah, I struggle with that, because I prefer to make longer stuff too. But I know that people's attention spans are getting shorter. And like you said, TikTok and Instagram, it's real quick. And you got to start off with the bang if you want them to watch longer. But I usually make longer stuff and then chop it up and put it on other stuff.
Yeah, that's kind of what a lot, even like Rogan or something. So a big podcast will do that. The interview will be 2 or 3 hours, and then they'll put up a bunch of short versions, which I think they also do that so they can monetize them all.
Right. Well, I'll sit in my car and do a food review for 30 minutes and people will watch it. And it astounds me that people will watch me talking to myself for 30 minutes, but they do.
Yeah. Now you're doing the food reviews in character. So how much of the review is like what you really think of the food, and how much of it is the character?
I mean, basically anything I say about the food is accurate. So that comes through as me, because I can't lie when it comes about food. And it's all trash food anyway, so. But I try not to bash too many. Like if I'm doing like a mom and pop spot, I will not bash them. But if it's McDonald's, they can afford to get.
That's kind of how I think about the movies. I try not to bash like a lot of independent stuff, because I know if it's some giant movie that costs $300 million, then
right,
it's a free game, I think. Well, so what is your favorite for chain? What would be your favorite place?
Favorite fast food chain?
Yeah.
Oh man, right now it's so hard. Freddy's.
I've never heard of Freddy's, actually.
Have you heard of Steak and Shake?
Yeah. I've never been to one, but I know of it. Yeah.
It's kind of like a Steak and Shake where they just have burgers and fries. I'm a big burger gal. Love a burger. So anywhere that has a burger and fry, I'm going to love.
All right. And you'll find a whole bunch of new ones when you get to Nashville.
I hope so.
Yeah. See, that's another part. There's a whole bunch of new reviews coming up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Where do you live?
I live in Massachusetts, on the Cape Cod, Massachusetts.
You know who's from Massachusetts? New Kids on the Block.
You
know who's a big New Kids on the Block fan? This guy.
All right. Well, what's your favorite New Kids song?
Oh, what's my favorite song? Man, there's too many. Tonight, probably.
I would sing it, but I don't know the words. And I'd probably butcher it. Well, not probably. I would butcher it. Yeah.
We need to. We haven't had any shows up in Massachusetts yet. We need to do that soon.
Yeah. Yeah, it would probably be up Boston. I'm on the Cape, which there's nothing around here, but up in Boston, there's a lot of stuff going on. Although they call everything Boston here.
Yeah, I mean,
every city is Boston, basically.
That's what I'm thinking. If it's in Massachusetts, it's Boston.
Yeah.
What is going on with me? Sorry.
This comes up a lot for Boston. Like, there'll be a show in Worcester, like a convention. They'll say it's Boston. It's literally like an hour and 20 minutes away. It's kind of a pet peeve of mine, but... Just everything is Boston.
Well, people would rather say Boston than Worcester, because what is
exciting.
That? Yeah. Worcester? And how is it even spelled? It's crazy, right?
Yeah, it looks like it should be like Worcester.
Right.
Worcester.
Like what?
Yeah, that happens a lot. Even when I used to do a lot of conventions, they'll say it's Chicago, but it'll be like some little suburb. And yeah, it's just not a cool sounding place, or Seattle. And it's some place that's like a mile. The weirdest one was I did a show in Atlanta, and it was actually in Peachtree City. And it happened to be the golf cart capital of the United States. And so it was all elderly, which is nice, but it was all elderly people riding go-karts. And this was like this crazy horror convention. I was like, I don't think this is the right place for this.
Man, golf carts are the greatest though, aren't they?
It was very cool. They even had like their own like personal sidewalks for all the golf carts, like over the bridges. It's very odd.
Well, I know where I'm moving once I get more elderly, because I feel pretty elderly now. But once I hit real elderlyism, Peachtree, what is it?
Peachtree City.
Peachtree City, baby. Me and my golf cart.
Yeah, you drive. You go all around town. It'll be good times. Every once in a while, horror convention will come into town. You could go sign some bobbleheads, and you'll be all set.
You got my life planned out for me, Neal.
All right. I'm glad. See, that's why you did the show. Not just talk about horror movies, playing out the world. How about Father McGavin? I really like his character.
Oh my God. What an incredible guy. Incredible actor. On screen and off. Love him so much. I get tongue-tied when people ask me questions that I don't know the answers to, but I do know the answer that he is an incredible actor and would love to work with him again.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's really good. And the prop he has when he's like reading the book about like the toys, the Toy Master, that's like a great prop. It's very cool.
It's so cool, and it looks dusty, but
it looks legit old.
They use like Hershey's cocoa powder, I think.
Oh, really?
To make the dirt, which I thought was cool. Yeah. I like looking at stuff that they make, the props and stuff. I think that's just really cool and creative.
Yeah. You said you did makeup before. How did you get involved in that?
It was just high school theater makeup. So it was just base blush lipstick. It was not anything. You don't have to have any experience to do that in high school. They just let anybody do that.
Yeah, you didn't need cocoa powder to make old tomes or anything like that. Yeah. And so it's this series, you're expanding the Baby Oopsie verse, I guess we'll call it. So you got Frowny, the Frowny Clowny, and the Cowboy and
Cowboy Roy.
They're very cute. Well, I think they're cute, but you probably have a different opinion.
Well, they are cute. It's just when I see them go, I don't need to see that.
Yeah. Will you have bobbleheads of those eventually?
I hope so.
Yeah. Again, you have to cover up the face. So
little tiny paper bags.
Yeah. So the series is on fullmoonfeatures.com, and Friday, August 12th, it's not this Friday, next Friday will be the final episode. I believe the 3 episodes are up there now.
Well, next week, they threw a wrench in it. Next week is like a recap episode.
Oh, okay.
So everything that's happened so far, and I did the voiceover for that like 2 days ago.
Oh, so you actually filmed like kind of a wraparound. So
it's like, I think they're just, using all the old stuff and bringing people up to speed. And so it's going to be another week before 4 comes out. And I want to see, I don't see any of them before they come out. So I'm seeing them when everybody else does.
Well, that's fun. There is something fun about watching an episode. It's cool to binge watch stuff, but there is something fun about watching an episode a week. Yeah, there is. That's like old timey now these days, because people usually just binge, like you said. Mm-hmm. But waiting a week in between each, I'm like, man, I feel like I'm in the 80s and 90s. Yeah, I think you appreciate it more. You pay attention more. Just if this is just the one episode till the next week, because that's how I watch Better Call Saul. I watch it live every week. Man, see, I don't watch a lot of TV either, but I've seen one episode of that, and it was incredible. Yeah, I think it's the best show currently on TV. There's only a few episodes left. But I don't just watch horror stuff. Or serial stuff. Oh, yeah. I primarily only watched, if I had to make sure there was a serial episode in Better Call Saul before I watch it. The funny thing is, I don't even eat breakfast cereal. But what? I do like the horror, the monster cereals. How did you get into monsters? So I was watching a movie since I was a little kid. My brother's 9 years older, single mom, so she would take him to the drive-in and just bring me along. And so the first movie I remember watching is Night of the Living Dead. And I've told a story, but I remember watching it, and I got upset when the pickup truck blows up and all the zombies started eating the people. And I was probably like 4 or 5, and my mom said, "Oh, don't worry, they're just having a barbecue." And then I was all right with it ever.
Oh man! So we must be around the same age if you saw that at a drive-through.
Yeah. I'm 46.
I'm 48.
Yeah, roughly the same. And I too did a couple movie things recently. So later in life, it was.
Yeah, I heard that you had to cancel last week because you had something going on in Boston.
In Boston,
they said Boston.
But it was not, and that was. No, it was a great experience, but again, they told me it's Boston. It was Chelmsford, which was like an hour and a half from Boston, way up north. It was not Boston.
So when can we see this?
I don't know. They just filmed that part, so I'm not sure. I'll guess next year, but I don't know.
The waiting is the hardest.
Yes. I did a movie right before COVID, and it's premiering at Freight Fest.
Nice.
I'm very excited about it, yeah. But it was on hold during COVID for a long time. But yeah, it's very exciting.
That's awesome.
Thank you. But we're not here to talk about me.
Yeah, we are. See, this is what I do with my counselors and my psychiatrist. I always deflect off of me onto the other person.
I appreciate that because I like to plug my own stuff. I ordered a shirt with myself on it. I'll wear all around London.
There's nothing better than wearing your own merch.
I agree.
And people are like, "Is that you?" And I'm like, "Yeah, it's me."
Yeah, why not? Then they know who you are.
Almost wore one today with my name on it.
I would have approved. Where can people follow you, Libby, to see what you're up to? Not back to your home, but unless you want to, I don't know.
Not opposed to that. Hot guy alert.
All right.
They can find me anywhere on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook under Libbie Higgins. And on YouTube, when all the episodes come out, I'm going to have, it's almost an hour-long vlog of filming Baby Oopsie. So to have behind the scenes stuff, what we were doing when we weren't filming. So that'll be pretty cool. So keep an eye out for that. 1 hour of footage.
That's very exciting. This was very fun to talk with you. I'd hope we can do it again sometime.
I hope so. Good luck.
Thank you. And you as well.
Thank you.
More bobbleheads.
More bobbleheads.
Yeah.
We need a Neal bobblehead.
I love this idea. I'm all about it. All right. Thank you. I'll have this up later today.
Okay.
I'd make up a cool story, but I'm going to the grocery store.